How's it going, guys? I thought I'd put up a video tonight. Oh, well, technically this morning because I'm gonna do it when I get up tomorrow. So basically, I was on Amazon last week and I came across this book. It's called How to Get Fat, which is took a while to find a book like this, but I did want to share some things in this book. That not a lot of other sites talk about. Just to kind of go through the introduction here real quick. So basically, you'll learn how to do several things here. Basically, find the mental fat within, determine your goal weight, how to consume more calories with every snack, meal, binge, pass up fruits and vegetables in favor of fat, sugar, and carbs, eat emotionally, celebrating joy and soothing pain, set up your environment for complete food friendliness, and to avoid exercise at all costs. So this book pretty much covers it all. Let's see here. It's even funny too because they have the different. I don't know if you see that they have the different acronyms there. There was one interesting statistic I saw here. It's affectionately called "more cushion for the pushing." So it said, according to a recent survey, only 40 to 45% of thin women say they enjoy sex, whereas compared to fat women, it jumps up to 85%, which is really interesting. I've never heard that before. As long as I've been doing my research. And then moving on, because I got all these different chapters here. Bear with me just a moment here. This is a messed up book when they say to medicate while self-medicating. Basically tells you to take antidepressants. I don't agree with that. Don't take them unless you absolutely have to. And then it says, obviously, television is your friend. Also, if you smoke, like I do, to quit. I'm going to ignore that. I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much. In fact, I'm going to have one right now while I'm sharing this with you folks, if you don't mind. It also gives you a list of movies that basically it's all food movies. So the whole point of it is to watch. If you watch it, it makes you much hungrier. Obviously, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory's on here. Now, on to the good stuff. Obviously, find fat friends. Let's see here. Overcoming excuses and obstacles. Here's another interesting statistic that I found. It says that genes only contribute about 10% of your metabolism. So basically, that whole thing about, oh, my mom and dad, they got really fast metabolism. I got speed it up. No. And then also it talks about the magic age as far as when your metabolism slows down to about 30. And then we also they even have something about apples and pears and so forth. There's one called the banana, which I've never heard before. Now, basically, the banana but they're tall and thin. Basically, the skinny woman's a banana. Go figure. And then also they have something interesting called the hunger scale. Now this I've never heard before either. It's basically 1 through 7. 1 being starving and 7 being sick. And by sick meaning like past stuff to where you're about to throw up. And basically it goes starving, hungry, could eat, satisfied, full, stuffed, and sick. Now as far as the hunger scale is concerned, if you're between starving and satisfied, so starving, hungry, could eat, or satisfied, then it's time to eat. And then basically eat until you reach the 5 to 7, so full, stuffed, or sick. Primarily you want to get yourself to 6, of course. Sick if it's a good occasion or you're at a plateau, basically. And then this is where we get to the good stuff here. And then it talks about basic stuff like, saying your goal weight. And it does have an interesting um, formula as far as that's concerned for men. So I'm going to just share this out loud. So basically, if you're 5 foot, you start off at 5 foot, 106 pounds. And then basically you add 6 pounds for every inch over 5 feet. So for example, I'm 6 feet. So that's 12 inches. So that's 72 pounds. And then if you're under 5 feet, then you subtract 6 pounds, which doesn't make sense at first, but then that's where the next step comes in, and this is add 50 to 75%. So the example they have in the book is a man that's 6'2". So 6'2", 6 times 14 plus 106, that's 190 pounds, and then half of that's 95, so that's 285. And then 75% of that would make it 142.5, so that brings up to about 333. We'll just round up. So basically your goal weight's between 285 and 333. Now that's just that it's not, you would think someone for 6'2", you'd want them a little higher than that, but for the intent of this book, I guess we'll go with that. And then it also mentions as far as BMI and basically checking how many calories you can burn and so forth, basic stuff that you can probably find online already. And then it has some interesting stuff here too, like the fattest states, even though this book was made in 2006, so that could be different. And then what to eat. Now they have a cool little inverted pyramid going on there. I thought that was really cool. And as you can tell, the text is really big, so it was really quick to read through. And then, and let me just read you this chapter is called What to Eat, Developing the Right Habits. This is basically the key points in this chapter. I thought they were pretty interesting too. Basically, how to invert the food pyramid, which I just showed you. Why you substitute juice and soda for water. Or that should be instead of water. I just realized that's a typo. And then why you should befriend butter. Who doesn't like butter? And then how the microwave can be an important tool in your quest to gain. And then basically, it talks about, fat being the top priority, and then goes into carbs, basically the whiter the better, as they say in this book. And then what I thought was interesting was, at least in this book, less protein. Which, does make sense too, because, your body, if you take in too much protein, it just drains it out, and it is more filling, but I mean, who doesn't like a nice juicy steak? A nice juicy steak can be fattening too, obviously, and then also, dairy, lots and lots of dairy. That's why I love cheese. There is no such thing as too much cheese in anything. Also, the same thing for garlic, but that's a whole other story. And then basically, forget the produce. And then also this talks about how drinking your calories is a lot better. Basically drink, 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 and drink. And then another thing it talks about is it does take time to talk about caffeine. As far as that's concerned, Basically in the sense of, getting that extra sugar in there, which, in turn makes you, helps you gain and so forth. And then I'm going to try and speed this up because there is a limit of 15 minutes for this particular video. And then they did also have, let me get to that page here. Okay, navigating the grocery store. Go to the store hungry. Obviously, I've learned my lesson about that. Don't make a list. And their reasoning behind that was lack of preparedness leads to impulse buying and purchasing more food than you need. So that is definitely logical. And then obviously for it is a very expensive habit, so use coupons. And then if you have kids, bring them, but I would just bring some friends. That works the same way. And then obviously free samples. Pretty common sense. And then the last minute shopping at the checkout counter. So when you're waiting in line, they have little candy bars and stuff. Definitely take advantage of that. And then there was a list, if I can find it, of different types of restaurants and what kind of fattening foods you should be. Okay, here we go. So just to go through real quick, because this is definitely getting long. So Chinese, obviously fried foods, crispy noodles, sweet and sour dishes. Indian, ghee, korma, mole, puri, samosas, naan. Italian, my favorite. Obviously, you want your Alfredos, your carbonaras, your parms, and your prosciuttos. And then Japanese, you want tempura, agemono, katsu, sukiyaki, and rice. Lots and lots of rice. Chimichangas, guacamole, sour cream cheese, and tortillas for Mexican, and then coconut milk soup, peanut sauce, and mee krob for Thai. So basically, those are the foods that you're gonna want. I mean, basically, fried is good. But I mean, for as far as the book, $4 on Amazon. That's including shipping. If you have any questions about it, feel free to message me. I'll definitely answer what I can in regards to that. But let's see, we got about a couple minutes left before the limit's up. So basically, um, as far as my outlook on gaining, I mean, obviously, I'm the type of guy that you know bigger is better. Now I know there's some people that they don't want to be 400 pounds. They want to be somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? Kind of, they want a little pouch, and that's about it, which is fine. I mean, the whole point of this is to make it so that you feel good about yourself. It doesn't matter what others think. It only matters about what you think about yourself. That's the whole point. Now, obviously, there are some people out there that, mutually, like maybe I won't agree with something, but my better half would. Just as long as you guys come to that agreement and you don't push it too far, then that's fine too. I mean, like I said, it is your body, and if you feel that there are some changes that you're willing to let go, just as long as you're happy, because that's all that matters is you, because it's your body, it's your decision, and so forth. So that's how I look at it. I know for my better half, she definitely likes me bigger. She does support me in my decision. However, I still have mental blocks I have to go over as far as pushing it to the next level. But I mean, it's gaining it's a journey. It's about letting yourself go too. Obviously when I first thought about it, I didn't want to do it. But then when I first started doing it, then I was like, okay, I think this will work out, and I'm just happy with myself the way I am now. Even though I do want myself to be bigger, but I mean, just one thing to really push home, it's all about you and how you feel and what you want your body to look like, and so you're happy about yourself, because that's what this is really all about. But I mean, with that being said, I mean, definitely definitely happy to get all that information thrown out to you guys. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. I mean, if you guys have any questions or if you want to participate in the channel, just message me on Grommer, and we'll definitely see what we could do for you. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night and weekend. Don't work too hard. Okay, take care.